Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you will be joining, whenever you will be watching, whenever you will be viewing. This is Lasandra Brooks, aka your girl Lala. I'm on early. I forgot today was Friday, y'all. I had to get up early today to get to work, so I'm going to be moving real quickly and I'm not going to be able to really review like I want to review. So I want to just drop some nuggets today that will perhaps help us to break our addiction, some things that we can do to help break the addictions that we have. We've talked about what addictions are. We talked about or what addictions is, and we talked about triggers, some things that will possibly set us off that would lead us into having addictions. I simply want to encourage us to be courageous, to stand tall, to acknowledge, to do a soul search, to review. We've learned, some of us, if we could be honest, that we found out in our thinking that we actually have some addictions, because addictions aren't just the things that we are familiar with as far as substance abuse, sexual abuse, things of that nature. But there are other things that have taken place in our lives that we've allowed to enter in and creep in, and that we are enslaved to, that causes us to have addiction. So we're going to just briefly talk about some things, and I'm going to release a few affirmations to help us to break those addictions and to be victorious and to conquer and to break the cycles of addiction on today. So number one is to recognize, be honest with yourself, do a self-evaluation, be honest with yourself and recognize and admit if you have an addiction. You don't have to tell anybody except your accountability partner or who is in your inner circle that is going to be helping you, that is going to be on your support team. You may release that to them so they could be aware, they could be alert, they could be vigilant, and they could be standing guard on your behalf to help tap you back in line when you need to be tapped in line, us be tapped back in line when we need to be tapped back in line, because that goes for me too. So if you discovered that you have addictions, get you a good solid support team, your inner circle, your group, your girls, your guys, your people. You know who they are, that you can trust and can rely on to be there for you. Be honest about it. I'm struggling in this area. This is what I'm struggling with. This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I need assistance with. This is where I need you to step in, step up, and engage with me to make sure that I don't fall back, that I don't go lax, that I don't drift back into having addictions. Seek the support that you need. If it's professional help you need, and I know we've talked quickly on this week and I've shared some things. I know that there's some deep-seated trauma that has taken place in our lives, and it's not to minimize it, not to sweep over it, not to breeze over it, but that is a more deeper level of professionalism. If you need to receive that, if you're suffering what PTSD and those things, you've been traumatized, major trauma areas in your life that you need to seek perhaps professional help with, and that may take some time. It's not a one and done. It's not, Lord, thank you for helping me get over XYZ. You have to work at it. That's the other thing. Work at it. You got to put the work in. Set you a time that you say, I'm going to get rid of these addictions. I'm not going to do this and the third anymore. I am not going to sit at my desk and eat all day. I need to set a time, put a time stamp in place to know that come December 1st or whenever I set it, that I will not be doing that. And I got to have an accountability partner to follow up and check to make sure that, Brooks, you're not munching all day, are you? No, I'm not munching all day. You want to be my accountability partner, slide on in my DM, send me a comment, email me, or something to that effect. And do the work. You got to do the work. Be honest about it. Do the work. Put the work in, because it's not going to be easy. Addictions are strongholds. They are strongholds. We talked about that as well. They could be negative strongholds, because the strongholds begin in our minds and with our thinking. So if we've used to thinking the old way and doing something on old way, it's going to take time for us to revert, to rechange, to shift gears, and to get into another lane of positive strongholds, which is the Lord that will keep you. He will protect you. He will fortify you. He will protect you and preserve you and bless you abundantly. He will keep you, your mind, The scripture says he will keep thee in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee. So if you think on him and if you appreciate him and you give him praise and you say, Lord, today was difficult, today was hard, but there's tomorrow. If you just help me get through another day, we're fighting moment by moment in this life to break addictions, to break cycles, to just live a stress-free life. Stay focused. Whatever you do, stay focused. That is another one. You need to stay focused, stay vigilant and alert. And if you drop the ball, and if you admit it, you drop the ball. So you want to stay focused. For those of us that can change our environment, if you can shift your environment, if you can shift the way that you drive a certain way, if you take a certain route and you know that you have to pass by something that is a trigger for you, try alternating your route. Try alternating and going another direction, even if it's just for a short period of time until you've gotten some relief, until you're able to pass that location, you're able to pass that individual's house, and it does not phase you as much. It does not bother you as much. And keep on applying the techniques that I'm sharing with you on today. Some you can do, some you might can't do. Some of us can't just up and move our locations, in our environment. Or if you know that you have a drug addiction problem, if you know you're struggling with substance abuse, you may live in an area that is prone to that. You may not have the means to uproot and move at that time or at this time or in the moment, but make sure that you're rooted and you're grounded. And again, you have those accountability partners, your support team that's going to be with you as much as possible. Even sit down. If you know it's real serious, sit down and allocate certain times that people will, this is your hour. Just like we have prayer watches, give them their watch. This is the watch that you own. This is the watch that you can take and fill in the gap whenever you can fill in the gap with those that will be there to support you. Exercise is a way to release stress and anxiety and to shift our mind, our way of thinking, to get our mind off of our problems, our issues, and the things that are troubling us that leads us to addictions. Exercise, get the exercise in. But remember, too much of anything is not good for you. So don't just throw yourself into exercise that you're no earthly good anywhere else. Okay. Most importantly, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Been there, done that. Forgive yourself. It's in the past. Let it stay in the past. And again, I will say, if you drop the ball, it's okay. Admit you drop the ball and you you start again. We're not giving up until the cycle has been broken. We're not giving up until you have conquered that thing that is trying to conquer you. So we have to be honest with ourselves. We need to exercise, if possible, change our environment, do whatever we need to do, build our support team, our inner circle, our team that's going to be there to support, that's help. And if need be, get the telephone number to call a professional that can help walk you through a process as well. Stay attentive. If you need to set up a time, we need to set up a time to tell our minds, get in our system, that starting on this particular date or this particular time, I will no longer do whatever it is that's causing you, that's triggering you, that is leading you to the addiction. I will no longer drive down that street. I will no longer go that direction. I will no longer, because you might can't up and just move your residence again. So those are some things. Exercise, do whatever it takes, get in the aerobics class, take up a hobby that will not become addictive, because we don't want to trade one addiction for another. Let me say that. We don't want to trade one addiction for another. But if you just got to trade, I'd rather you trade something that is going to be positive in your life, that's going to be a blessing to you, that's going to build you, that's going to strengthen you, that's going to benefit you and those that are around you. So with that being said, I do have a few affirmations for us on today. I am vindicated. I am vindicated. I am freed from all addictions. I am freed from setback, lacks, and disappointment. I am no longer enslaved to my past. I am in the stronghold of the Lord, and I am valued. I am in the stronghold of the one that is able to keep me, the one that is able to protect me, the one that is able to ground me, the one that is able to fortify me, the one that is able to save me, and the one that is able to deliver me. So be encouraged on today. Don't beat yourself up. Don't do the woe is me. Don't allow the enemy block the lies, shut down the lies lies of the enemy, because he's going to come and tell you that you can't do this. He's going to come and tell you you've been bound too long. He's going to come and tell you that you belong to me. You remember when you made that promise that if I did this for you, you was look, just like he lied to you, just tell him, okay, I lied. I repented and I moved on. No, you cannot have me. I will not surrender to you, and I will not succumb to you, and you will no longer I will no longer be enslaved to you. You will no longer have me bound. You will no longer have me frustrated. You will no longer have me miserable and set back and set up so I could be pulled down by you. I will not allow it again. I have been vindicated. I am above only, and I will never be beneath. I am saved by the grace of God. I am walking in holiness and righteousness. I am walking in a brand new life. I am living in above and not beneath. I am living in the land of the living, and I am prospering, and I am doing well. I am strong, and I am fortified by my daddy. I love you all today, and till next time, you all be blessed. Have an amazing and a wonderful Friday, enjoyable weekend. We will continue. You will continue. I will continue. We're conquering together. We're overthrowing together. We're recognizing, we're releasing, we're rising, and we are rebuilding. This is Lasandra Brooks, aka your girl, Lala, the queen of conquering. I love you guys. Until next time, have a conquering, cycle breaking, addiction breaking cycle of addictions day.